Hello, Kaiser here. Figured I'd do another quick update on Whimpering Wastes, but one thing led to another and now I'm remaking almost the entire video that I pumped out in a night. I recorded the HP values of Reset 8 just an hour before Reset to see if Kuro was gonna improve on anything in Reset 9. Having gotten home from work, and for some reason my boats 7 through 9 didn't autocomplete, I quickly tracked the Reset 9 Infinite Torrents to see basically no change. This is backed up by a new spreadsheet by our CN bros. I dove into the recent datamine repository by Dimbreath. Yes, that's where I got the Tower of Adversity numbers and such, but seems that WhiWa's numbers are in another file somewhere. If anyone knows where they are, would be greatly appreciated if you're willing to share in the comments. I'll also get this out there and properly rep by Mr. Streamer, but yes, I'm one of St. Tontus's mods, and have been for a good part of the year now. Anyways, one of his latest streams and now uploaded videos involved him running through WhiWa with 1.x and 2.0 units on the Plunderer's token, and he was getting S rank, even triple S rank scores left and right. GN's launch comp got 3k out of all comps. If anything, the biggest difference between last and this reset is in the enemy lineup. The last reset had Chop Chops, which can go die in a hole, that did their silly Beyblade move or just plain shove you out of range of the other mobs. Otherwise, there are Fusion Warriors on the other side, which had the tendency to parry you as their opening move. Pardon for not having clips of that, still getting into the habit of recording my random gameplay. The one mob that I will say people may have trouble with this reset are the Fate Ignis, which explode on death and could knock you out of your rotation. But I'll let you decide which mechanic you'd rather deal with. So what does this say about Reset 8? Reminder that this is the reset where the environment buff for Infinite Torrents became a general 30% damage increase, and also added the Burning Wave state, which gave another 60% damage increase for 30 seconds once you've built enough Ember from hitting and killing enemies. From what I observed from Reset 8 and this current one, it takes about a minute of constant damage to get your first and probably only Burning Waves proc. This is assuming you aren't using those gold tokens that give additional Ember when you perform the specified action. Reset 8 also featured the new Falling Star That Tears Fate Apart token, which gave an additional 50% boost during Burning Waves, and also made the Burning Wave state permanent once it was activated. The issue is that the token didn't give any combat advantage until Burning Waves got activated, so you were essentially playing without a token effect for about a full minute of your WhiWa stage. Jump forward to this current reset in Saint's WhiWa testing stream, it practically had the same performance as Plunderers. As for the various reports in Saint's Discord about higher scores, etc., I have absolutely no clue how people are getting plus 1000 to their scores compared to last reset. HP didn't go up, defense surely didn't go up since defense is tied to enemy level, scoring system didn't change as far as I could tell. It really is just the mobs that change. Maybe Chop Chops really were that much of a problem. This is a bit of preparation for y'all, but looking at the CN Bros spreadsheet for the HP values in the current beta test, oh no, leaks. WhiWa is currently set for another round of HP inflation, probably using live servers for beta testing how the Burning Waves buff will perform. I personally do find it a little absurd that teams can get 2.7k scores with not too much effort and with purple tokens at that. That's all I have in terms of an update. I kinda start rambling about past resets of WhiWa here, so I guess I'll see half of you in the next one? Kaiser signing out? Anyways, for those that are still here, something funny to note is that this and last reset has virtually the same HP values as in Reset 6, when Kuro inflated the HP on top of bumping up the base resistance to endgame level from 10 to 20, the same as in TOA. The HP inflation resulted in that 114% HP inflation number spoken about back in March earlier this year. And then some more things to note, Reset 6 is also extremely similar to WhiWa's second reset, both featuring that stupid crit fish environment buff. With some quick pixel measurement, these are what Reset 2's HP numbers look like, and can confirm that the HP numbers didn't change with the fix that shipped with version 2.2. Honestly, Reset 2 was simply stupid crazy with what got released in it. On top of the crit fish environment, Kuro also took away the amazing double crit token that everyone loved in Reset 1. Don't even get me started on Reset 2's mob lineup, it was a literal rainbow. Everyone got resisted at one point. As far as the fix to Reset 2 went, Kuro noticeably fixed all the enemies having stagger or crowd control immunity. I've also been trying to run calculations, but I haven't been able to get the correct numbers for it. Damage had increased by about 36.6% across the board. Resistance rollback could have been part of it, but then maybe an environment buff didn't get accounted for. Whichever it was, Reset 2 was simply terrible in how it was set up, so it's kind of expected in how Reset 6 would have been received when scores noticeably dipped. Reset 6 introduced the said 114% HP inflation, and reintroduced the base res to be back to 20. If we account for that resistance bump, these are what the HP numbers were. If you didn't have the shield units for the tokens, you pretty much had to resort to Plunderer maxing, or being really good at grouping. Reset 7 brought with it another round of HP inflation, shilling the Queen of WhiWa for Lova. Not much else to say here other than well done if you managed to get your 5.5k total score this reset for the WhiWa title. And that brings us to Reset 8 and 9 where we are now. With the new Burning Waves environment buff, I don't think we will see the critical damage taken by enemies is increased buff anymore, and good riddance at that. People won't have to see waves with one half of the mobs dead, while the other half still near full HP just because they missed a crit. Some could say that WhiWa in its current reset is too easy now, since an actual launch comp can achieve SSS levels of performance quite naturally, and with a purple token at that. But even with the planned HP inflation next patch, people who had a clear enough crystal ball and saw the value of Furlova's non-reliance and Augusta's lowered reliance on resonance energy will have strong options aside from Camellia on the Concerto half of WhiWa. There's also that weird Youhu comp floating around if you have the extra tubes and tuners to burn for the next couple of resets. I can't be sure how much the comp will fare after the bug fix / nerf to time slow abuse with the utility wheel, which is slated to come in version 2.8. Not trying to jinx it, but the comp is sure to be made obsolete if Kuro decides to nerf plunderers or change something in the backend. The damage is coded as outro damage for whatever reason, and that's why Lingering Tunes works with it in the first place. I haven't tested it myself, but I've seen a couple of reports of 3k scores, and that's probably done without utility wheel time slow, so it'll be one team that you can readily rely on to carry one half of your WhiWa reset. I kinda turned the latter half of this update vid into a history lesson, but if you've watched this far, I'm glad to have entertained you. See you in the next one for real now. Kaiser signing out.